Hey folks, welcome back to the Portable Gamer, welcome back to Farming Simulator 19, and welcome back to Geiselsberg with Seasons. This is the Platinum expansion, and we'll get into what I would have called it in a minute. It's Claas equipment, 35 pieces of Claas equipment. There is so much of it. It's too much to describe. There's Aryan tractors, Axion tractors, Zarian tractors, Lexian harvesters, Jaguar harvesters, forage harvesters. There's an old Tucano. There is the 208, I want to say, the Mega. There are wheel loaders. There are telehandlers, and then there are trailers and headers for everything. And also there's mowers. So 35 pieces of kit in total. From what I've seen of it so far, it looks really, really good. So as far as our farm goes, we planted all this grass right up here, and it's ready. It is triple fertilized. If I can get here, get rid of my weeds. It is all triple fertilized. It is all limed. It's mostly weeded, mostly. Had a little problem with the weeds. I struggled. But it's all good to go. Second growth stage, it's going to be a massive harvest. And let me show you the money. I forgot to show you the money last time. We jacked our loan to $600,000. And we did that because of this Claas equipment. Now we bought the wheel loader because we're going to be filling these bunkers today. I won't fill them all the way on camera, but we're going to be filling these pits, and we're going to need a wheel loader. So I bought this. It was $250. Oh, that hurts. Also bought the telehandler. That was $100 grand. That kind of hurts. The rest of it, well, what can we say came about? How did this happen? The Claas salesman. Claas salesman stopped by our farm. He said, "I see your farm is growing. Would you like to demo some equipment?" I said, "Hell yeah, I'd like to demo some equipment." He said, "Sure, what would you like me to have sent by?" And I said, everything. Everything. In the words of Gary Oldman, send everything. Right. Step one, let's get some mowing going here. And the first thing I looked at, whoa, clipping through the wall. First thing I looked at when I attached these mowers was swathing. And I'm very pleased to say that they do have, in fact, I'll turn this on as well. On the rear mowers, there is a work mode. And we are going to set that to, get everything set there. And we want work mode, here we go. We want swath dropping. Super, super happy about that because now we don't need to use a rake, and that saves, it seems like a small thing, but it actually saves a lot of time, I've found. Let's start out here on a slightly bigger field. We'll start to the right of our little gravel track. So we're going to put this right here for the moment, right about here. And we're going to set the brake. We're going to hop out and get in our Zarian that has a big 3-axle loading wagon on it. Now, the Zarian is OP for this, and if anything, it's going to be sort of difficult to get it backed in there. And while I'm thinking about it, no, we're not going to fill an entire pit. We can leave the wheel loader where it is. So, before we do anything else, let's swap out the steering mode to, front wheel steering. And then, as with all with all loading wagons, we want to get this so it's just about level. Looks good right there. Here we go. So this thing is too big, but I do like the Zarian. It's a ridiculous tractor and is only, it's like the T9 and the big case on tracks. It's really not used too often. It's not needed too often, but it's still fun. So, I guess we can do follow me now. Yeah. So we'll do follow me. We'll turn this on first. We'll turn it on. We'll drop the pickup, and then we'll put this on follow me. Perfect. And we're going to need to do this manually as far as when our loading wagon is full. We're going to have to just keep an eye on things. So, start the front mower and drop it. We're going to start the rear mower and drop it. I'm going to set the cruise control to something reasonable. Right, not quite that reasonable. How about like right there? We'll turn that off so we can see a little better. Here we go. So they are calling this the moment, please. So we're going to turn this back on. Now that does say swath dropping. Interesting. Interesting. What would the alternative be? Let's lift this. Let's turn it off for a minute and let's see what our other work modes are. Wide spreading, swath dropping. Curious. I guess they mean something different than I mean when I say swath dropping. See, I'm seeing, I'm seeing those open. Interesting. So I guess we don't get a center swath. Well, we will, I'll have to come back through and rake. It's too late now. We've already started recording. It's too late now. Let's see what wide spreading looks like. Oh, it's disappointing. That really is. I was hoping we could avoid the rake. Let's see what this looks like. Ah. Okay. So it's small swaths. All right. Okay. So lift that back up. Turn it off. And we'll say swath dropping. Turn it back on. Drop it again. So we will need a rake. Okay. Not a big deal. Turn this off so we can see a little better. Here we go. Yeah. All right. All right. I'll come in and break that up afterwards and get it all sorted out. So they're calling this the Platinum expansion. I don't want to be fussy, you know? I don't want to be ticky-tack about stuff like this. But I guess the reason I thought there was a map included with the Platinum expansion is because there was a map included with the Platinum expansion in 2017. To be fair, 2017 expansion had the sugarcane harvesting equipment, or, well, not just harvesting, but planting and etc., transporting. So I guess it would make sense that they would need a map, because where else are you going to grow, right? You're not going to grow sugarcane that says Novka. So that made sense that they included a map with that. I don't know. I mean, I'm in marketing. That's how I make a living. I would have gone, as a marketing person, I would have gone with Platinum expansion as well. But really, this is the Claas DLC. And it's great, and it's something we've been looking for and wanting for many years. So that's very cool. But calling it an expansion is really sort of pushing the limits of, you know, and also $30. Now, there are 35 pieces of kit, and it's really good kit. But it really should have been called the Claas DLC, and it really should have been, I'd say, about $14.99 US. But hey, you know what? Companies are in business to make money. Good for you, Giants. So we can turn around here, like so. And I do need to, I don't think we're nearly full yet, but I do need to kind of look over my shoulder here and see how we're doing. Yeah, that's disappointing. That's disappointing. I don't know how many butterfly mowers in real life have the option to, they have the belts installed and can move everything to the center. And when I saw that, I mean, I haven't used it until just now. I'm using it for the first time with you. So when I saw swath dropping, I assumed it was the same as the Pottinger mowers from the mod contest, where you can actually drive everything to one center swath. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. Rather than having our loading wagon following directly behind the mower, I'll just have it following directly behind the rake. But we'll do that in another episode. So yeah, I'm very pleased with what I see so far. And it's interesting to me that it's taken this long for them to get Claas into the game. I'm not sure what the delay was. I'm not sure if the delay was on the Giants side, right? That they weren't trying to get that license, or if the delay was on the Claas side, and for some reason or another, they didn't want to give that license, or perhaps it was technical. And as far as scanning all the equipment, who knows? Who knows? Business can be funny. But it's in there now, and we have been waiting for it. There's certainly a lot more, I think, Claas equipment than there is John Deere equipment, and those were two brands that we did wait for quite a while. So good on Giants. Let's see how we're doing. Yeah, this is This is a big grass field. I'm curious if we're going to be able to. I know we'll have definitely 1.2 million liters because that's what we had from bales. But I don't know if we'll have 1.8 million liters, which is our total capacity, in one go. So we'll see. We'll see. But we'll definitely. I was not planning on spending 350 grand for the wheel loader and the telehandler. I knew I would have to at some point. I just didn't plan on doing it this episode. But so we did, and then it was probably another 100 to 150,000 to rent everything else, which is fine. It's a game. Let's have some fun. But we will need to pay that back with hopefully our profit from silage. And if I can get these clamps full, then next episode we'll be down there either with the belts or the wheel loader or both, emptying everything out. So, now I gotta check back here. We still picking up? Yeah, we're still picking up. This thing is 51,000 liters. That loading wagon, I want to say 51,000. It's, as always, I didn't really look. I sort of looked. So we will only need to take that over 6 times per bunker. 6 times per bunker to fill it. So it'll be hopefully a pretty efficient process to get all of this grass in there. And this is me more or less like cutting these fields into thirds. So we've got the east meadow, the west meadow, and the middle meadow is what I've been calling them. And yeah, let's mow some gravel. There we go. And this is just a good way for me to kind of break it into sessions, do one field per session instead of, I had envisioned initially taking one long trip, one long length from one end of the field all the way down to the other, but I realized that might not be the best thing to do. And the reason is because you end up with your equipment very, very far away from where it needs to drop off. And that, I think, is not always super efficient as far as the deadheading to get back to where you need to be. Although, I don't know, maybe somebody that's into statistics could break that down. I'm sure it's entirely possible that it's exactly the same distance no matter what configuration you drive it in. Getting from here to there X number of times is always exactly the same distance. But we'll see. Right, so there's, how we doing? Okay, just about full. Perfect. No way. Oh, is this thing going to be full just as we pass the front of the BGA? That would be fantastic. Fantastic. So we'll go right through here. I am going to have to drive over what we mowed just a tiny bit to get our front mower, you know what I mean? To get the little bit that's between the swaths. So this is not super realistic. This would, I believe, spray mowed grass everywhere and just make a tremendous mess, but I have been known to make a tremendous mess in my time, and so I do, just like that. Okay, and we're carefully monitoring back here, and then as soon as we're done with this, we're going to hop in the, you say Jaguar, you say Jaguar, well, whatever you say, we're going to hop in that and do the same thing, and that's it's going to be a little bit hokey because we will be just on this center swath rather than on... Okay, so that thing is full. No, it's been full for a while. Okay. Right, set the brake. Lift the back mower. Lift the front mower. I'm going to turn these both off as well because we're not going to be back here for a minute. But I am going to leave it running because it's been running hot. Hot, I tell you. We'll take this off of follow me. All right. Back it up just a bit. I know. You wouldn't be driving over your grass. We do what we can. All right, so take this down here. Great sound on these too. They definitely have a different sound than other equipment in the game, or at least as far as I can hear, they seem to, which I appreciate. I don't like when companies just kind of recycle models and assets endlessly. You know, you got my money. Impress me. So I'm very impressed with this so far. This right back here. These are a little bit narrow. I have to say they seem like everything on a big farm. They seem gigantic. Now this tractor, in fairness, is massive, but at 300,000 liters apiece, these are not the biggest pits I've ever seen. Right, so drop that right there. Beautiful. All right, it's perfect. And then let's get this thing out of the way. Where is out of the way? I guess we could put it back right where it was. Actually, now that I think about it, yeah, we'll put it right here. Right here. Set the brake. We'll leave it running. We're going to hop over in here. And as far as I know, these are all running the standard scripts. As far as all the equipment that's in the game, these are running the standard scripts, so there's nothing new or unusual that we need to figure out or learn to use this stuff. Same. So now we're gonna take this right down. Yeah, let's try to be legit. I'm gonna put this right here. What needs unfolded? That needs unfolded. All right. Pipe out. Pipe is out. Set the brake. And we are, for the purposes of this demonstration, like I said, we're going to be driving all over our mowed grass. Just go with it. Just go with it. Brake is off. Fire it up. Take this right around here. And we want to be offset. You offset to the left, do you not? Even when you... Yeah, even with a forage harvester where the pipe can go to either side, you still offset to the left. Is that just sort of out of tradition? Right, so we're going to say follow me, and then we're going to say sir. Is that right? That's right. And we need to do this. Let's try this. Okay. We say follow me. And we're not getting any, interesting. So for some reason, it's not allowing us to, yeah, that's weird. Follow me is not, doesn't seem to be working right now. Huh. I wonder why that would be. There's follow me. But it's not letting us go out to the sides as it does. Huh. Well, that certainly puts a damper on things. I wonder why that would be. It's not that. It's not that. Hang on. I'll get rid of this. Have you ever seen that before? Follow me. I can turn it on and off, but I can't do anything with it. Huh. Is that because we are behind a forage harvester? That wouldn't make sense. Follow me. I mean, it'll work, but it won't look very good. Huh. Okay. Yeah, it's not even giving me the options. Interesting. Okay. Well, what else can we do? So hop back in here. Yeah, this is going to be very hokey, but hey, man. All right, now it is. So if we come back in here, interesting. When the brake is on, oh, game. When the brake is on in the front vehicle, follow me is disabled. Or at least the controls are disabled. Jeezy Pete's. You make me crazy, Farm Sim. You make me crazy. All right. So now we know. So we start this up. We slow the cruise control down. Well, we don't really need cruise control. We're only going right up there. And sir? Sir? That's a little close. Don't set the brake. Hop back out here. Hop right in here. And we're going to go out to the side a little bit more. And right up there. Right up there. Okay. Now let's see what we got. Beautiful. That's what we're after. That's what we're after. Fantastic. Okay. So now... Ooh. Sir? Carefully. So now... do this. Don't get killed by your own farming equipment. Hop in here. Brake is off. Rear mower is on, and we drop it. Front mower is on, and we drop it. Set the cruise control. Here we go. Oh, fantastic. Other than that swath. That's exactly what we were looking for. Beautiful. In fact, let's turn that off. Let's turn that off. Let's try to... No, that's actually not going to make for a good screenshot because of all that grass they're driving over. All right. Artistic license. Let's just go with it. So we'll run this thing till it's full. Till that trailer is full. We'll take that one in and dump it, and then we'll hop in our wheel loader and scoot things back to the back wall just a little bit. Come around here. I know these turns aren't super pretty, but I'm trying to drive with everything inverted and keep an eye on our two vehicles behind. Not making excuses. I'll just let you know what's going on. All right, let me go around here. All right. Doing okay. Now, I've actually got a Claas rake. It's just a reskin of a base game rake, but I've got a Claas rake. And even though it doesn't matter, I'll probably use that when I come up here to rake all this stuff up. And these are going to be the only two laps that I do in this way. Oh, there goes my voice. Oh, how'd we do? 23 minutes. It's getting better. Let me have some coffee here. So we get this pointed straight. Is that straight? It's pretty straight. All right, I'm going for the coffee. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you, coffee. So I'm only doing these two headlands in this sort of wonky style, but I will mow everything else. I'll mow the entire rest of this field and then rake everything at once with the worker following behind. And I will most likely use the loading wagon for everything. You know, I really like what we're doing right here. I love the look of this with the forage harvester and the trailer. I think that's fantastic. I believe it is still missing from course play. It used to be that you could set this up in course play, and when that trailer was full, the forage harvester would stop as it no longer had anything to empty into, and the trailer would run off and go do something, you know, empty itself somewhere, and then come back, and as soon as it came back, then the forage harvester would start moving again. I feel like that functionality is not currently available in course play, or if it is, I can't find it. But I feel like that was, for me, a very efficient way to bring in either corn for silage or grass for silage. And at the moment, it's not available. So we're going with follow me. It's the next best thing, but then we do have to stop everything manually. I have to stop the mower because I'll be the one driving that trailer over to the BGA to empty, or over to the clamp to empty if you have a pit at your farm or whatever. It doesn't have to be a BGA, but that was course play. When you get all aspects of courseplay working, it really is. It changes the game. It really does let you do a lot of things simultaneously, and it's not so much for me the time saving as it is just having all those things occurring at once and seeing all that movement. I really like to see a kind of a living farm, with a lot of things going on at once. It's always fun. So in the meantime, though, I will just mow everything and then rake with probably a loading wagon following behind, and we'll call it good. So next episode, as I said, if I can get these pits all full, next episode, then we're going to be putting everything into the hopper. Oh, and while we're another kind of dodgy turn. While we're talking about money, I was curious how many sheep my sheep would make in the spring, and our 150 sheep, I sold 80 sheep, and it was a mix of, I didn't want to sell, oh, careful, can't have everybody banging into each other back there. What I sold was kind of a split of the new lambs and also our full-grown animals. And the reason I split it up like that, this is harder than it looks. The reason I split it up like that is I did not want to sell all of our adults that make more sheep, but I also didn't want to sell only lambs because they're only worth about half the price. But we got about $35,000 for animals, selling animals, and we have 215 now. We had 100 and then about 50 more, so we had 150. And then we made a ton of sheep, so we have 65 more going into this breeding season than we did this time last year. And we also got about 7 pallets of wool, which is approximately 4,000 euro. So call it 40,000 euro we made from sheep, which is about 6x what I thought we would get. And this is working out, I have to say, perfectly, because both of these trailers got full just as we came to the front of the BGA, so we didn't have a lot of random driving around. All right. And we are just about full, I think. Pretty close. Watching carefully. So the sheep are more profitable than I expected them to be, but still really nothing in comparison to what I forecast we're going to get from silage. Now, if I'm wrong about that, and all this money we invested I wouldn't say it's wasted, but if the profitability of silage is, there we go, and we're full. So set the brake. Turn this back on. Lift the front mower, turn it off. We're going to lift the rear mower, turn it off. All right. We're going to come out here carefully. Over here. Hop in here, take this off of follow me. Turn it off. We can leave the pipe out, I suppose. Set the brake. Definitely leave that running. Carefully come over here. Hop in the Axion, take this off of follow me. All right. I'm going to back this up just a little bit. Just a little bit. Over here. Oh, are you kidding me? We're at 29 minutes. Let's call it right there. We'll get this dropped off and then we'll call it. Let me see. Yeah, well, I guess we have to go on this side because there's a structure on the other side. Okay, no problem. We'll just back this right in. Right, like so. And things went, I would say, for this episode, things went about as well as they could. Still disappointed about that swath dropping, but not the end of the world. And as complicated as the process is for making hay with seasons, I think that may, if we ever use those mowers again, I think that may actually be kind of a realistic touch to have the grass spread out rather than in 3 neat swaths like that. Right. So I'm going to drop this. Just like so. Oh yeah, I mean, it's not nearly full, but it's filling up relatively quickly. There you have it. Beautiful. Let's come over here. Like so. Set the brake. I'm going to hop out. Turn this off again. There you go. There's a screenshot. Folks, thanks for stopping back to check out The Portable Gamer. Thanks for joining us for another episode of Farming Simulator 19. This is Geiselsberg with Seasons, and this is the Platinum Expansion, the Claas DLC. We'll see you next time. Take care now.